In Africa, when a people make a choice, it is often described as the voice of God in human form. Professor Steve Azaiki was inaugurated into the Ninth National Assembly to represent the good people of Yenogoa, Kolokuma Upokuma Federal Constituency of Bayelsa State on the 11th of June 2019. After a well-deserved victory at the 2019 general elections. Sounds from this cultural dance group echoes an emotion only the Yenogoa boy can express. One of the cardinal agenda Hon.Steve Azaiki set out to achieve for his people is the bridging the information gap amongst his people. In his words, I believe much of my assignment at the National Assembly is making laws, educating my people, and sharing valuable information and knowledge. Realistically, I have done most of the things people expect me to do in the next 4 years in the past 3 decades. I have built schools, churches, library, museum, and sent young men and women to school. I have been instrumental to Bayelsa State government, awarding more than 1,000 scholarships to students overseas, etc. I will leave much of that aspect to those who have not traveled this road, our fathers, brothers, and ourselves. I want to concentrate on upgrading the standard of reasoning and exposure of our people. I have been a prisoner of accumulated information, having traveled to 87 countries and seen hundreds of museums and libraries. I need to share these experiences with those who seek knowledge. Nevertheless, I'll do more for the love of my people.
So I'm not intimidated around. Well, I think generally for us, the job to go, for us, the minded and what there are two issues that we must discuss. One is the structuring of the area. The second one is not only to control our resources, but it's about time to manage our resources. I think these are starting points. Well, they will expect one that will be speaking for them on issues that are very dear to them. Like I said, number one is the structuring of this country. Number two, we'll be talking about controlling our resources, but this time we'll talk about controlling the resources and also managing the resources. That's what's going to happen. And that will happen. The amnesty needs to be restructured. We need to take a good look at it. We need to review it. What are we doing with it? Are we trying to pay people stipend forever, or are we going to train them and give them employment? Are we training them to be self-employed? Are we giving them opportunities to train themselves to be technically educated? Are we trying to give them skills? These are issues that we review the amnesty program. Well, let me say this for the benefit of those who are listening. Abuja was not built by any ministry. We cannot be talking about any ministry for that peculiar, that most important role in this country. Network, traffic, all kinds of things are moving on that road in terms of what makes the country work, the economy of this country. It's on that road. So we cannot be discussing ministry. The federal government has an obligation to do that. The ministry has to be going through budgets. Abuja was not built by any budget. If you want to build Abuja by now, 500 million. The federal government should allocate money and get that done. That's what I'm saying.
And forget about the ministry.
Forget about the ministry, because the ministry will be talking about allocation. And if you have to allocate money to that ministry, then you need 2,000 years to get that done. I don't have all that lifetime. Well, it's to make the federal government understand that the economy of this country depends on that. Because that's where oil companies, oil trucks are moved daily from one point to the other. So that will need to be functional for efficiency of our economy.
Professor Steve Azaiki is a believer in the saying that health is wealth, and it is only when good health is secured a sound mind can be produced through the right education. According to Hon.Steve Azaiki, the essence of donating the power generating set was to boost health service delivery at the grassroots, is to ensure sustainable access to basic health services in its constituency. Hence the supply of generators to facilitate services to expectant mothers and their newborns, especially during the immunization exercises. It is worthy of note that this generator set donation form part of the lawmakers' campaign promises for the Yoga/Koga health sector. The electricity generators were finally handed over to the various heads of the health centers across the constituency.
Celebrating an excellent icon and parliamentarian in Honorable Professor Steve Azaiki, OON. Honorable Steve Azaiki represents the good people of Yenogoa, Kolokuma, Okpokuma Federal Constituency, Bayelsa State. He is a member of various committees in the National Assembly, including Committee on Appropriation, Committee on Tertiary Education, Committee on AIDS, Loan and Debt, Committee on Women Rights, Committee on Media and Publicity, Committee on Foreign Affairs. Honorable Professor Steve Azaiki has been involved in several notable activities in the National Assembly, including the sponsorship of a motion on the need to establish a 15 billion naira coronavirus emergency fund for Nigerian universities and tertiary institutions. He sponsored the motion, which was co-sponsored by 9 other members from the 6th geopolitical zone in Nigeria. It is also noteworthy to state that the federal government, through the Ministry of Education, has fully adopted all the recommendations of the motion as moved by Honorable Professor Steve Azaiki, OON. Join me in celebrating a political expert and the voice of the people in the Green Chamber of the National Assembly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to address Nigerians on so many pressing issues, but today I will limit myself to that of security. In fact, the case of security is an issue that every Nigerian is having sleepless nights. It's worrisome. As a member of the National Assembly, I've been receiving calls every day from different Nigerians, especially those I represent, on the true situation of security in this country. Only 2 days ago, my cousin lost her mother. The mother is from Plateau State, and she cannot be buried in Plateau State because my cousin told me that the village her mother came from was burned down completely 2 years ago. This is what is happening in Nigeria, and this is the true picture of what is happening in our country. I believe that we must, as a nation, be counted among those countries that are making efforts to find cure to this coronavirus and even vaccine. We cannot be a country that will wait until other countries have produced the vaccine or the medication, then we go and buy and bring to our country. Why can't we, as a people, do that? That's the reason why me and my colleagues, 9 of my colleagues, we moved the motion on the floor that the federal government, as a matter of emergency, should provide 15 billion naira to support universities for research, specifically for infectious diseases, especially coronavirus. But what we are proposed is not, we are not the first. The US has made available 14.3 billion for universities and tertiary institutions. Canada has made available $275 million US.
The return of the Setraco Construction Company contractors handling the repair of the East-West Road back to site has been greeted with so much excitement by all and sundry. This was following a motion moved by Professor Azaiki and co-sponsored by about 20 other members from the South-South region on the need to repair the failing sections of the East-West Road, which spans 5 South-South states, including Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River State. The honorable member representing Yenogoa, however, insists that more of this intervention should be expected from him in years ahead.
I have a motion of urgent public importance from Professor Steve Azaiki.
Importance under Order 8, Rule 4. I request the House to suspend other rules to enable me to take the matter. Need to immediately repair the failing section of the East-West Road, particularly the area bordering Rivers and Bayelsa and that of Delta and Bayelsa axis, and complete the construction of the road, because right now the road is cut off.
To second the motion as moved. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Enough. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. Ayes have it. Prof, move your motion.
My colleagues in the House, this motion is on the need to immediately repair the failing section of the East-West Road, particularly the Port Harcourt, River State, Bayelsa axis, and that of Bayelsa Delta, and to complete the construction of the road. This motion is moved by my colleagues from Bayelsa, Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River States. The House notes that the East-West Road, which was constructed decades ago, is one of the most important roads in Nigeria, and we understand its contribution to the economy and development of our country need not be overemphasized. The House also notes that the East-West Road is spanning 5 states: Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Cross River States. This road is in the heart of the oil-rich Niger Delta, where the oil revenue is derived and hence very vital to the economy of this country. The House further notes that it is in recognition of the importance of this road that the administration of President Olusegun approved the construction of a second carriageway and the rehabilitation of the existing one. Sadly, today, this road is yet to be completed. The House is informed that a greater portion of the roads in these states have failed, even as the project contracted to Setraco Construction Company has been abandoned. The road today has become a death trap and causes nightmares to commuters who have unavoidably need to use this road. Further informed that in particular, some sections of the road, especially that of Bayelsa and Rivers and Delta and Bayelsa, is already cut off, and in the coming days of this rain, it will be difficult for motorists to use the road. The House believes that there is the need to urgently repair these failing, sinking sections of the road to avoid more loss of lives, properties, and to eliminate the hardship experienced by road users and ensure that the entire road is completed on record time. The House resolved to urge the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs to direct the contractor, Mrs. Setraco, and any other contractor to immediately return to site and do the needful.
ensure that Delta Affairs Ministry, Niger Delta Affairs Ministry, and Setrato rehabilitate immediately the most certain sections and those areas that are cut off Rivers Bayelsa and Bayelsa Delta axis to avoid these roads being unusable. Urge the federal government to resume all liabilities owed contractors on the construction of the road so that the road could be completed. Urge the federal government and Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs to complete these important economic roads without any further delay. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, we so move.
Hon.Steve Azaiki also recognizes the role of faith and culture based on social groups as he donates sets of musical instruments to his constituency. Hon.Steve Azaiki truly loves his people, and he does not shy away from showcasing the rich cultural Ijaw heritage of his people, the Izon nation. Despite his global reckoning, especially as a well-traveled scholar, Professor Steve Azaiki always relishes every opportunity to feel the pulse of his constituents, be it during the political world congresses or at special ceremonies that celebrate the life of others. The last 1 year in the House of Representatives has shown a unique side of Hon.Steve Azaiki, as he has so far proven to be a parliamentary bridge builder and an ardent bipartisan mobilizer. This is the indicative of the 2 motions he sponsored, which relayed other honorable members across geopolitical zones and political party lines as co-sponsors.
Well, I'm a product of the academy. I was a pro-Sansiwa Premier University. I've been in the academy for the past 13 years. And I also know the capacity and the capability of our people, Nigerians, especially lecturers, professors. They are good. What is lacking, like I said, is facilities and lack of government for paying attention to that key area of our nation. But the motivation is that I attend conferences across the world. It's insulting, demeaning, unfair to people like us when you go to international conferences and discussions are centered around scientific observation around the world, and you don't know where your country stands. But with these little efforts, and I must thank Mr. President for immediately approving that motion, because right now the Federal Ministry of Education and Science and Technology, they are all doing something. In fact, TED Fund has been collected.
Please do follow us on our social media platform for more updates and comments. On Facebook, Bolijo Media Communications Limited. On Twitter, BOJ_TV. On WhatsApp, 0703 477 8568. Our email, bolijomedia@yahoo.com. For more updates from BOJ TV, kindly click on the subscribe button and the notification bell sign beside.